there is perfection in the universe and in your life. You may not feel that way or believe that at this moment, but Wilhelm happens to believe that that's true. And they happen to believe that you were born to be alive during this time to really create the new world that's happening now. And that would be why you're feeling a little under pressure, possibly, or a little confused or lost, or you could be really excited, depending on where you are in your evolution of your consciousness, because that's what we're all doing. We never know who we're going to become when we come into the world, but we do know that we have consciousness that we can use to develop something. But sometimes we take different roles. I couldn't have told you this would be my life, but I will tell you that I know that your life is supposed to be wonderful and brilliant. And yesterday or today, there's a message on the Wilhelm site. It's a pathway to let me show you what it is, because it is to your guidance, and it's kind of wonderful. And it is this: navigating the path within, because that's what you're always doing. The path to who you're meant to be is within you, in your consciousness. And this will give you a little explanation. I had my organize it for you. I used artificial intelligence to give you a little idea of what each one is. Well, they did that actually. And then you start with the messages, and in order. This first one is about understanding that it's always about believing in ourselves. Now, I couldn't have known this. I didn't believe. It was challenging. But I'm now all of a sudden being put into a much broader, bigger place, because tomorrow night I'm going to be on George Nuri's show talking about this information for millions, because that's obviously what I was meant to do in this life. But when you go through each message, you will understand something about yourself, and then there are questions there, because that will open up your consciousness even more. All of this work is about you coming to understand who you are. And down here, we this message for today, because they wanted to show that there's an order. And this is something that I could not have known, but there's an order in our universe. It's energetic, and this is why we can certain things continually occur. Okay, your concept of time may be causing you more difficulty than you previously thought, due to your habit of thinking of time in limited terms. When you accept when you accept the premise that linear time does not exist and all things are happening in your moment of now, you will open up many more possibilities of what you desire to create and manifest. Now, I received that in 2008. I have no idea how I knew it. I did know it. I could not have connected that. I'm just saying this because I've got to explain this to everyone. I'm just receiving information. That's just what's happening. And it wasn't easy. And each year you will see that it progresses. And even the artificial intelligence was explaining that that's what happened, because what we each progress in our consciousness day by day. So does our civilization. And we're at a place where that doesn't feel that way. That's because we're supposed to change it. That's why we're here, so that we become these empowered, wonderful people. And sometimes we have to go through a lot of challenges. I went through so many, so that you can look at an example and know what you can accomplish. Now, I will tell you that for the longest time, I didn't understand it. When I'm told I'm supposed to be giving this stuff to people, why? I go, because the world's going to look a little uncomfortable and people need guidance. I said, I don't want it to be me. That's literally what happened. I said, no, I resist. And so what I will tell you, that if you resist that calling that you have to do what you want to do in your life, you'll have a little difficulty. But then it will come out that you will find that there was perfection and why you did whatever you did. However, it doesn't help you unless you go back and look at it. And so all the work that Wilhelm has given me was to go back and examine what happened, how can I change now, and who can I become? And that is why all those messages are speaking to you. And the reason that this work was so different is that it's never been done, and that was challenging for people to understand because as we evolve, we develop new things, but we're limited sometimes because of what went on before. So we think we can't change stuff, and that's never true. And so they started telling me that they gave me things in order. We will start to understand a little bit more. So today is May the 4th. So I said, okay, well, what's going to be on May 5th then? So I'll show you that. Now, this is not going to be the message that's up there tomorrow because I'll get new information, but I'll show you what it is now. Sorry, what I meant, if you look at the message for last year on this day, this is what you're meant to feel today. Your potential for abundance is inherent. And it is a journey of your soul, a path that you are destined to walk. However, it is crucial to acknowledge and embrace the person you have become, for it is the self acceptance that paves the way for your desires to materialize. This is science, and it's science that we understand over time. I just didn't know that's what was occurring for me. So, what went on, I unknowingly to me, I was receiving Wilhelm's information during energetic changes in our world. So, that means there was an alignment that was happening in that information. And I couldn't understand why I kept healing. When you come into yourself and when you're in alignment with the universe, you heal. And this is what we wanted in our lives, but also in our world, because that's what's going on. It's about you becoming who you could be to become your best self. And so I was still asking, why does this work? I was telling people this program, your last development program where we started out at 4 weeks, I said it works for everyone. And I didn't understand why. And so it was shown to me, and it's because of this. Um, Let me show you. It is because it is combines everything: personal development, self-actualization, self-empowerment, life purpose, and soul alignment. Now, everyone's not going to believe in all those things, but those people who do, to understand that you are always on a journey of discovering who you are, and that's going to change as you live, and it also changes as our world shifts, and which is what is occurring now. That's when you get activated to do something, when you're under pressure. So our world is under pressure at this moment, and Wilhelm knew this, and that's why all the information was aligned to exactly what's happening in our world. Now, I couldn't have known that because I had to live it. But I will tell you that I keep getting better. And I know that anyone can do that. But the thing that you'll have difficulty with is believing it. That's what we all have. And so we have this cognitive dissonance, which Wilhelm was talked about in the channeling sessions all the time. Because to say we can show you something and you just say, no, I'm not going to do that. Now I will tell you something else. The reason this works is because you do it all the time. The only reason people fail or don't get to where they're supposed to go is because they give up. I did this every single day for the long first 36 years. Well, I'm still doing it, but that's how all the information got there. And I wasn't going to tell people in the beginning because I didn't understand it. But it's about you navigating you to who you're meant to become, and that's what this work is. So now what I'm doing is I'm changing it because I have to get it done. And after I do this talk tomorrow, I don't know. I can't take more people, and well, I can take more people, but I'm saying I don't know what's going to happen, and I definitely know that I'm changing the current structure. So you have to decide that you're going to really want to become who you want to be. That was the thing. I asked the Chat GPT, would this work for anyone? And it said yes. Anyone who wants to get to the next level of who they want to become, it'll work. And they said the only reason it won't is that they don't and they give up. And that's what we've done in our lives and probably what we've done in the world. So that's why we're here to change it. And it can only be changed through you when you decide to become your brilliant self. And so please look at the message today on any advice. I'll leave a link there because You'll love the questions because it'll open you up and you'll see how you change just in a day by going through those questions. All right. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe to the channel and check everything out. See you soon.